observe something that makes an unmistakable communicative reference, and I disregard it, then I'm just being dishonest with myself. And so I don't like to just be I don't like to just be dishonest out of hand. I mean, it's on principle just to be dishonest.
Well, no.
But that's kind of what that's why I change I'm capable of changing my perspective on things when there's information that shows that I wasn't correct about it. My assumption that the bugs were subhuman. As late as 2012, I thought that they were. I assumed that they'd never been anything but bacterial cells and non-intellectual. But it's not correct about that.
There's so much out there that isn't understood. It's just incredible.
Saying it becomes disturbing to deal with. To observe things, it becomes disturbing to observe things because it just is. I mean, it's upsetting to observe something like that and to not be able to do anything about it. I can't do anything about it, and there's nobody who cares about it.
Well, there are a lot of entomologists who care about the behavior and the intellect. Well, intellect is a funny word, but about the neurology and things.
You can never prove it, and that doesn't mean that it's not valid, though, from scientific. I could never persuade anybody of it, but that doesn't invalidate that doesn't make it any less valid. It's like what a person feels. Nobody says that what a person feels is invalid because self-reported depression or whatever. It's not just ignore it. People, a responsible doctor doesn't just ignore it based on the fact that it can't be proven or objectively observed externally to the person or whatever in the 21st century context.
Yeah.
Don't dismiss that. I mean, it's everything a person is his or her feelings. Everything that makes a person an individual. So I mean, if you go around, if you just dismiss what someone tells you, then you're essentially saying that you have no regard for any individual person because you disregard what they said.
Well, that wouldn't characterize me. When I don't see the evidence follows it, then I don't see the evidence. But I know that there's a lot out there that doesn't have evidence behind it yet. I know that.
I know, but I'm just saying that essentially everything that makes a human an individual is something that has no evidence behind it.
No, I know.
I don't
just, in 100 years.
That's why I don't disregard it. I don't think human culture is going to be around for another 100 years, personally.
Well, I think it'll last that long.
I don't think it should last that long either. I think it should be destroyed, most of it. It's just...
I would destroy things.
It's a terrible, sick culture.
What was that?
It's a sick culture, and most of it should be destroyed.
Well, Eric, we can't be destroying it.
I don't think it'll last. I think it'll destroy itself.
Certainly it's not going to last forever. We know that.
I don't think it'll last very long.
To come down to the almost ludicrous, did you see that the Pope is now coming out in favor of climate change and how things every Catholic in the world is now convinced that since the Pope is infallible, that climate change is human. I'm just saying, this is the way the Pope is approaching climate change. Better that than him not saying anything at all.
It's such a kind of a junk intellectual concept of the climate change issue. It's so beneath a scientist, kind of. It really is. It's so anti-scientific because it's all this sloppy kind of social junk, kind of. It's such a dumbed down kind of thing to focus on. It really is. It's like climate change and stuff because it doesn't make any attempt to get at the causation of it, and that's my objection to it. It's not whether it's occurring or not, or whether there's pollution in a particular place. It's the anti-intellectual aspect of it. It's where you make statements, or the person in power makes statements and doesn't have feel any need to it's not even what you can prove it. It's that it's not grounded in any scientific system or anything. That's why the observational stuff of bugs has more validity than the climate change stuff, as an example, because because it's grounded in a scientific framework, and at least it's grounded in a scientific framework. The climate change stuff is just kind of making wild claims and accusing this group of such and such and that group of such and such. It makes false attributions of causation or whatever. It's just,
well,
you know what I mean.
I'm certainly not going to be standing up for the Pope, but all I'm saying is that if he speaks out, at least Catholics listen. At least we have fewer people who are now deniers of this.
But I mean, my objection is not. It's not that it's not that, for example, in a scientific thing that I care about, I wouldn't care if someone denied it or not. If someone denied something, that means that they have no regard for scientific processes in general. I